Hello again, Honky Tonks. Let's talk about what happened on Saturday. Tommy's March, Tommy's Rally. The video. Though I didn't stay to watch the video, but I was told it was quite good. Bit of an eye-opener. Now, predictably, I knew, we all know, didn't we, that the mainstream media would label this march as far-right and all that stuff. Of course, it was nothing of the sort. The march wasn't about hate, division, or picking on a certain demographic. Nothing about racism, race, what's going on in Gaza. There's nothing to do with that whatsoever. The point of this march was to call for the resignation of Sir Mark Rowley, the Met Police Commissioner, and for the use of the Metropolitan Police's two-tier policing system, which is deeply unfair and it's just wrong, isn't it? You know, the same law should be applied for all. But as you have seen, when a conservative, pro-British, patriotic march is taking place, the Met Police don the riot gear and they get violent. They get a bit Batson happy, don't they? But when it comes to the Free Plasticine lot, the pro-Hamas lot, Antifa, BLM, the orange climate alarmists, then it's all run away, take the knee, or offer them a cup of tea and a present and a pat on the back. And please don't do that if they desecrate and climb all over our cherished monuments. So there's an obvious two-tier policing system there, isn't there? That's what the march was all about. But no, the mainstream media completely misconstrued and fed the nation misinformation. Even the Daily Mail, a so-called right-wing, patriotic, British conservative newspaper, they labelled it far right. And there we go. Anyway, my live stream is still up. If you want to see, or if you want the, if you want a sense of what the atmosphere was like, then have a look at that. It's 50 minutes of me outside Victoria Station, and there's another one with me marching along as well. And you can see no trouble there whatsoever. Nothing untoward, no violence, nothing. And I bet the mainstream media and the cops are really sad about that, aren't they? They wanted that. They were all dressed, ready. They were in their coveralls. They don't wear the coveralls when they're patrolling the streets. They're usually in a smart kind of uniform with that stupid orange vest on. Health and safety high-vis vest. All they needed were the helmets, the shields and the baton, and they were ready to go. They were ready for a riot. That's why they wear the coveralls. It's the same when I went to see the Cenotaph last year with Reverend Simon Sideways. They were there in front of us, army veterans, for heaven's sake. There to protect the Cenotaph should the Free Plasticine lot have decided to route their march and desecrate it. That's why we were there, to protect it, because we know the police wouldn't. They'd have taken the knee and buggered off, ran away, as they did in times before, which we've seen them done, because they're cowards, aren't they? Absolute cowards. And yet there they were with the old riot gear ready to... Oh, whatever. It makes me angry thinking about that. Anyway. So the march went off and ended without a hitch. And what I saw there were people from all demographics. There were Middle Eastern people, there were Chinese people, Japanese people, there were gay people, straight people, white people from all over the place. There was a Canadian couple. There were couples, there were families there marching, because they know they were marching for the right thing. Fair policing for all, the resignation of Sir Mark Rowley. That's what they were there for. And the people I met were just fantastic. It really was. From my channel standpoint, it was good for my channel as a YouTuber. Just shy of 4,000 people watched it live, and I held that number for the whole 50 minutes. I gained a couple hundred subscribers, so for all of you, thank you and welcome aboard. That's what my channel wants, but still, it was the cause that was important here, and it was a just, unrighteous cause. So many people came up to me, shook my hand, and Steve, thank you for the mead. I haven't finished it, but it is going down the street, I promise you. But so many people there wanting the same thing. It was just marvellous. It really was just a marvellous thing, and so marvellous. Many of us are going back for the march on July the 27th, I believe, because it was such a positive and great experience getting to meet other people, know other people. It was just great. The only two things, however, which marred it were some of the football lads. And, you know, some of them were fine, but they started chanting stuff which didn't need to be chanted. And then you had these two kids who were chanting it, and it was cringy and embarrassing. And it didn't do the March of the Cause any good whatsoever. And of course, Hope Not Hate, etc. They jumped on that. They jumped on it, of course. Just a handful of people being idiots. And then there were the blokes who were pissing in people's gardens and on walls and in bushes. Why? You know, how hard is it to hold it in? Unless you've got prostate problems. Why can't you just hold it in? Because you know people are going to take the piss, take photos of you, and they did. And that's what people are using. They don't care that it was a civilised, mostly march, non-violent march. People saw that, the wrong people saw that, and they weaponised it, and that's all they wanted. What's wrong with a bit of discipline, holding it in? I don't know, some people. And also, where the hell were Reform? Where was anyone from Reform? Where was Richard Tice? Where was Nigel Farage? This was a just cause. This was two-tier policing system. They both bang on about it enough when they go on GB News and Talk Radio. But what an opportunity this was. What a stage. What a huge audience. What a march for them to take part in and share and amplify and give their presence to. And they didn't even bother. They didn't even talk about it. Nothing. Shame on them, I say. Shame on them. And that should tell you absolutely everything about them. Regardless of what they think of Tommy Robinson, this was the place to be. If you want an end to two-tier policing, this is where they should have been. So anyway, we got to Parliament Square, and then Tommy Robinson gave his rousing speech. Then Lawrence Fox came on, and I think Lawrence Fox, to be honest with you, is his own worst enemy. Especially after what I heard earlier this morning. My goodness. If it's made the news, that is, but still. I think people have jumped on this bandwagon to amplify themselves, really, than the cause. And then Cal Benjamin came on, and somehow made it all about him, and I'm like, oh God. And I went home, met a few other people on the way to the train station, had a few chats, interesting chats, and that was the end of my day. But after the crowd had left, they left Parliament Square squeaky clean, unlike the climate alarmists who always leave rubbish, etc. And later on that evening, the Free Plasticine lot clashed with police. That should tell you everything as well, shouldn't you? I bet the police didn't expect that, did they? But I'll tell you what, folks, on the tube stations on the way home, there was the UEFA Cup final, I think, between Real Madrid and a German team with the yellow fluorescent tops, BVB, Borussia Dortmund. Anyway, them. What a bunch of hooligans. What a disgraceful lot. And they call our English football fans hooligans. What a loud, disruptive, horrible lot they are. They really are. They had just plastered tube stations full of their German football team stickers. They were horrible to bystanders on the train stations, screaming at people's faces. They were just horrible, really flipping horrible. Where were the police to deal with them? No, they were too busy hoping we'd kick off. What disgrace. I thought better of the Germans, but there we go. Oh, football fans anyway. I didn't think they'd be so disrespectful, but there we go. And I'm glad they lost. Anyway, that's that. That's the tale of the tape. That's what really happened. Again, my live stream's still up. Have a look at that. It's an interesting watch. It really is. You can see people are just happy to be there. We share the same values. We share the same ideals. We want the same thing regarding the march. It wasn't a hate march at all. It was nothing. There was nothing far right about it. We didn't fly any terrorist flags, any swastikas or nothing like that. It was just the George flag and the Union flag. Or George Cross, sorry, and the Union flag, and that's it. That's all it was. It was peaceful, it was great. I can't wait to do the next one. And if you're going to be there, then again, come say hello. It'd be great to meet you, it really will. And for those who did come and meet me at this march, thank you. That meant a lot to me, it really did. It was great to meet you. Anyway, that's it. I'm off. Have a great Monday. I'm Paz49, and until the next time, Roger Trout.